Lady Victor.
DiamondWeddingChapelIndy.com. Dream journeys make your vacation effortless. From Caribbean escapes to Hawaiian bliss, they plan it all with VIP care. Online at adreamjourney.com. Listen to the Diamond
One
Praise
hand just
broadcast
sword
every
is supposed to be
Tuesday at
justice.
6 p.m. on Praise
Go
Indy,
both
AM
ways. Cut both
1310
ways.
and 95.1 FM, where Bishop Donald Golder is the pastor.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael
From the
Street,
government.
and St. Jude has been close
What
to
was
my
it?
heart for many years. Their groundbreaking research is changing how the world treats childhood cancer and has helped push the survival rate in the U.S. from
thing that they're going to be reclassifying about like the professional degrees.
help St. Jude give children the greatest gift, a chance at
Bring
a lifetime.
This holiday helps St. Jude find more cures for more children. Donate now at musicgives.org.
Yeah, they're going to be what they classify as professional degrees. So like it's a proposal, and it's like
Hours, we work weekends, and we're ready
basically some degrees won't be considered professional degrees anymore, so they won't. There'll be
That's
a
WeWin.com.
maximum of like the type of loans
Behind on his
to
taxes.
the loan.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments. The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force. They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed with what to do. Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief. When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima's award-winning team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-685-5688. 800-685-5688. 800-685-5688.
I don't know. Somebody was saying how much it'll be about the next day.
Some restrictions apply. Visit
If it
OptimaTaxRelief.com.
were to go into effect.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% savings. Thanksgiving Day. Save big money. Everything you need for your next project. We've got something
Yeah,
for
scheduled to take effect on July 1st.
contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Rebates. Please write a check. Get your in-store purchases.
The stuff I want.
For details.
So it'd be like, like,
It's online.
I didn't understand.
Jimenez, Mr. Discount
I
is
was
on.
cooking, I was just
We
eating.
already covered that, Philip. Philip is always running behind.
My aunt
As
was
I
gonna
was
cook
saying,
this. She
Jimenez, Mr. Discount is on. That's okay, Philip.
But I work to
Jimenez,
get off
Mr.
this stuff.
Discount is online and ready to. The commercial start. Philip, the commercial
How
already
about-
started. Jimenez, Mr. Discount is online, which means you can get a head start on your
cooking
order
with them.
before pickup at their English Avenue location. And even better, when you shop online, you'll save even more. Just go to JimenezMrDiscount.com and look for the latest promo code to save a bundle on your next purchase. Don't forget to tell them about the discount. I just did that. I said go to JimenezMrDiscount.com and look for the latest promo code so you can save a bundle. And don't forget to give the web address. You know what? Once more won't hurt. JimenezMrDiscount.com. Because getting home is definitely better than being behind. Okay, guys, let's start on 3. 1, 2. Praise Indy AM 1310 and 95.1 FM cares. And if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have important resources for you. Also, you can learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors that are in need. It's all at PraiseIndy.com.
WTOC AM, W236CR, Indianapolis. Get ready for a whole new level of inspiration, Indianapolis. Tune in to Praise AM 1310, 95.1, Indy's inspiration station, and let your spirit soar.
The following is a paid program. The views and opinions expressed are those of the sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views of Radio 1, WTLC AM 1310, 95.1 FM, and its management. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Indianapolis, Central Indiana, and other parts of the world we might be reaching on today because we're also streaming. Welcome to Unity in the Community on Praise AM 1310 95.1 Indies Inspiration Station, downtown Indianapolis. Good to have you all on. It's a Colts weekend facing the Kansas City Chiefs. 4 more games, including that one, and hopefully we will see our Colts in the Super Bowl. Anyway, good to have you all with us on this afternoon. I'm joined by my friend and colleague, Dr. Wayne Moore. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here with you, Dr. Jackson.
Always good to have you on.
Thank you.
It's a
Thank
nice sweatshirt you have on there with the Olivet Missionary Baptist Church logo.
you. Yeah, I'm just
All the colors. Is that the African or?
yes, my secretary made this. Miss Kim Thompson made that for us. Some of us wear those. It was pretty cool today, so I thought I'd sport my
Yeah.
Olivet sweatshirt.
It's a cool shirt.
Yeah,
Wish we could get a close up on it.
yeah. There it is.
If we
right
had
there.
that technology. Those of you who are streaming, you could probably get in close and see that. But it's a really nice sweatshirt.
Thank you.
Looks good on you.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. Open line Saturday. We haven't had that for a while. 317-480-1310. Again, that's 317-480-1310. Again, 317-480-1310. Some of you already have that locked in. But we want to talk about what you want to talk about on today, and certainly in America, there's a lot to talk about. But before we do, I want to ask Pastor Moore if he would pray for us.
Precious Father, we come today to say thank you for the privilege of entering the airways to have communication with people who are concerned about the climate in which we live. And we give you glory for giving us opportunity today to share with the community. We thank you for this moment that we're approaching in Thanksgiving, realizing that every day is a day of Thanksgiving. We thank you for all you've done. So we lift you in gratitude today. We pray for our show to be a successful show, that it will be informative, and that people will be a blessing as they bless us with their comments. In Jesus' name and for our sake, because we need you. Amen.
Amen. 317-480-1310. 317-480-1310. Open line Saturday. We want to talk about what you want to talk about. If you have questions, you can perhaps get them answered during the show. We don't know. We'll find out and bring it back to you on the next show. Dr. Moore, one of the things I wanted to open the show and talk about is there's, of course, across the nation, and while I'm saying that, I also want to encourage you all to listen to Dr. Moore's Morning Fellowship show Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
The Morning Fellowship is a show that was culminated because of community concerns, and it is a table that just about touches almost any subject. That table itself, just in the last 3 or 4 years, has culminated a total of 200, almost $250,000, and have given it all to the community. And we've done some things with the Thanksgiving this year, and I want to thank Attorney Nathaniel Lee for helping the non-fatal families. He helped us to feed over 50 of those families who are connected to non-fatal shootings, and I want to thank him for that. And so we collaborated with his law firm to do that. And we we're just, talking about what's going on in the community. And it's a lot of hot topics, a lot of issues going on in our community that the Great Table is not afraid to address. We have some, Dr. David Green is one of my co-hosts, my main co-host, does an outstanding job in bringing information to the community. I think on Friday we talked about the data centers.
Yeah.
And talked about redistricting, and it's a good show. It's a good show. And you are on there Thursday talking about the same thing. So
yeah, and thanks for having me on.
yeah, thanks for coming. I wouldn't be on the
Put
radio.
me in rotation.
Yeah, you gave me a start years ago, man, and people beat you up for fooling with Wayne Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're praying that you'd be okay behind me.
Overall, you're a good guy.
Yeah, people don't. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. We got callers already on the line. One of the things I do want to get to in between callers, because we did say this is open line Saturday, but Dr. Moore, I want to talk about the shutdown. And of course, there's an extension. There's a lot of relief in America right now because the shutdown
we hear in the media is ended, but that's just for now. We know. For the uninitiated, you may think, well, it's all over with, but it's not all over with. It's just extended through January 30th, 2026. And if Republicans and Democrats have not settled on health care and other issues, that shutdown could be back on, and we certainly don't need that. So, I want to talk about what you can do to prepare for that possibly happening. We hope it doesn't, we're praying that it doesn't, but also how you can also connect with your legislator, your congressman, and you can talk with them and tell them we don't want any more shutdowns, and there's a way to do that. But first, I want to go to Sam. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the program. Sam?
Okay, I would want to listen to you guys talking about the unity of the community. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out to my granddaughter's funeral. Sorry about that. That's working phone. But anyway, my granddaughter passed away this 2 weeks ago. We just buried her last Tuesday, past Tuesday. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. She was only 29 years old. She went through a lot. Her name was Naya Phillips. I want to thank everybody for coming out supporting her.
Condolences to you and your family.
I also want to say that in October of this year, on my birthday, October 26th, the family and I was in Vegas. So we visited a lot of conventions, seminars, and opportunities there in Vegas. I never seen so many opportunities in Vegas all days of my life. So one of the things that stood out there in Vegas was we can get land free. And give me for that.
You there? Sam put us on.
It's the work phone. Okay, sorry about that. But anyway, I'm at work here. And one of the things that I learned there was you can get land free to build on it. I did not know that. And they also have a conference call every Sunday night at 8 p.m. to learn more about how you can get this free land. And when I say free land, because I was asking 1,000 questions, I probably the only one in there asking so many questions like, how do you get it? What does it take? Who do you contact? The whole 9 yards. So the guy said, wait a minute, hold on a second. We don't give you a conference call number. You call in and you have all these questions go. You ask too many questions. And yeah, I guess they were right though, because other people ask questions at the same time. But I was saying that when you can get land free and different spaces, this is a plus for unity in the community. And for us to come together and take advantage of this free land that they are giving away. When I say give away, I answer a question. And I say, are you sure?
All right, Sam, we got to move on, but thank you for sharing that with us. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, got to go to Laura. Laura, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon to both you ministers. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
My question is, if you can help me understand this. I've read twice where the president has declassified education as a what did he call it? I forgot. Listen to Sam. I forgot what he said it was. And he did nursing, and nursing the same way. That is, it's not. They're not professional
Degrees anymore.
Anymore.
Yeah.
So that concerns me as my senior daughter plans to go to school for nursing. What does that mean? They're declassified in those areas. What does that mean? How will that affect not only her but other people looking to go to school for these subjects?
When we look at the medical field, Miss Laura, it is struggling within itself. Nurses are in need. Nurse practitioners are in need, just as we have a shortage of doctors. And for things to shift in the medical field will, in many cases, would be very, very drastic. Because these people who are desiring to do what your granddaughter or your daughter wants to do have to be well qualified to see after others. And I think that that would not be a good decision to declassify some of the areas in the medical field to minimize the training that should take place. Um, but I'm not against. I'm not for that because it has worked for so many years. You know, many years ago they took away the LPN programs, and people had to do the RN, and some went on to be nurse practitioners. Did away with the LPN programs, and then created the CNA program, which was lower pay than an LPN. You know, it's all about, you got to follow the money. It's all about business and um, saving as many dollars for big business as possible.
Well, that's a concern, for those who want to go, but not only that, us laying in the bed waiting on the nurse. Sometimes there is no doctor available, and the nurse
Yeah.
is, his right hand, because of her or his education. They can do many things that the doctor has left them.
That would be the nurse practitioner, the nurse practitioner.
Yes. Well, would that not, if we could classify nursing as a profession, would that not include them, or that would be maybe excluding it? Or maybe you don't know yet, but.
Yeah, but you know, normally when the doctor's not in the office, sometimes the nurse practitioner that has, you know, trained and worked with him for so many years, usually handles that office for him, the cases that he or she can handle as a nurse practitioner. I don't know the extent of that. I don't know if it's just going to be for RNs or nurse practitioners as well. I haven't.
So what we're seeing, and we were talking about this before we got on the air with Shay. She's running our boards here today. So it's interesting that you would call in about that. And it's going to impact thousands of people who are already enrolled.
Yeah,
But this is part of the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill Act,
Yeah.
where they're renegotiating rulemaking process and proposing new regulatory definition of what qualifies as a professional degree program for purpose of federal student loan limits and eligibility. So the student's ability to get loans may be impacted by these new rules. The change is supposed to take effect July 1st, 2026. A lot's happening really, really fast. So,
got to follow the money. That's what.
yeah,
Follow the money.
lots happening fast, but we're going to have to unify and try to stay out ahead of these kinds of things to help our people.
You know, and Miss Laura, I will say this, Miss Laura, that the big beautiful bill that people are talking about now, most of it will begin to roll out next year, and and we're going to see, as my colleague would say, Dr. Green, it's going to get a little bit rougher than it was in 2025.
So it appears it'll be harder to get money
Yeah.
to go to school. Essentially, is what this is all about.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which
Well, I
lot?
do
What?
appreciate you taking my call.
You're welcome.
Give me a little explanation on it. And, I don't know. Should she be looking to change her aspirations of being a nurse or something else? But that I don't know.
Oh, she should still go for it.
Yeah, she should still go for it. Don't diminish her dream.
Yeah.
Let her go forward and let her learn the process of what's going on. And when you look at the diminishing of student loans and not putting as much money in education, you and I know who it's going to affect
Right.
more than others.
Yeah. So thanks for calling. You're welcome.
You too.
Thanksgiving. Thank you. So it's an important issue. Loan access and borrowing caps.
Yeah.
Is what this is all about. Professional students in programs that count as professional degrees will get access to higher borrowing limits and possibly different terms than graduate students in non-professional degree programs. So
Yeah.
just the relabeling of these things, which kind of knocks out some folks who may not have money to go to school.
Well, what you're going to see is the lower level degree. is going to be threatened, and the higher level degree is going to get the resources
Yeah.
because we're not at, a lot of us, if I could say it that way, are not at those high level degrees.
A lot of black people
Not of black people yet,
and brown people.
and are not there. So
All right. So, but you know, I think this is another reason why I think that affluent black folks, um, black folks who have access to money and the church, where we can really unify and create foundations and we can create funds for our students. If there's a cap on money, then people just need something to fall back on. So we have access to tens of millions and millions of dollars in the black community. We're just going to have to really start thinking about where we want to put it and how we want to pool it so that we can help our folks survive. Going to Larry. Larry, welcome to the program. Thank you for holding.
Good afternoon. You know, we already had a chance to do that, Pastor Jackson. That was what segregation was all about, to help us develop our businesses, to help us to trust each other's business, and we were doing that very well. But anyway, I don't see how we keep on talking about voting every time. But you know, in 1960, there was 40 million blacks in this country, well and thriving in this country. Now there's only 25 million. Our population has been diminished. And all we can get is our women. You know that, right? And our pastors up there telling them, you got the right to get an abortion if you want to. Well, that makes it so that 12% of the population of black women, they comprise 50% of the abortion. How will you increase your political power if you're murdering your babies? I mean, people try to play it off. We need to go vote, go vote, go vote for who? Kamala Harris? Go vote for Johnson Crockett? Two clowns that are a crack addict.
Larry, we don't,
Larry, hold up a minute, Larry. Hold a minute, Larry.
Larry,
Cut,
Larry, hold on, we good. Hold on, Larry.
No, hold on, Larry. You're not gonna get up. Hold it, Larry. Hold it, Larry. Hold it. Larry, you're not gonna get on here and talk about preachers telling black women they'll go get abortions. That is not true.
And we're not gonna do the name calling, Larry. You know, we don't.
We're not gonna do that. And you need to be very careful sometimes. I know you're frustrated because of how you were raised. I understand that. You're frustrated. But at the same time, you got to understand that your opinion is not everybody's opinion. And to get on here and misinform the community is unfair and it's not right. And we're not going to call names, because I feel like calling a name now, but I won't do that. But we're not going to do that to people today. We're going to get into the Thanksgiving spirit, and so happy to have you on the show today. Next caller, please.
All right, and we just don't do that. And, I call it the one big beautiful bill. That's what it's called. I could have called it the one big brutal bill. I could have called it the one big whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't like to do things like that because that's what President Trump does.
Yeah.
And that's propaganda and name calling and doing all these kind of things. It doesn't help our nation. It doesn't help our community. And we can't play into that. Now we can look at this education thing that we just talked about. That's part of the one big beautiful bill. Now we can look at that and we can talk about it, and then we can go to our legislators, our congressmen, Congressman Carson, Congressman Shreve, and others. And we can say, hey, well, this is what we want to see change. That's how we fight. We can talk about it on the airwaves. We can talk about it on social media. But we're not solving any problems unless we can get our congressmen and our congresswomen who represent us in Washington, D.C. to do things that need to be done so that we can have better quality of life and better quality of place. And that's what we're on here to do. That's what unity in the community is all about. We can unify around these efforts. If we can unify everybody who is listening, and we now reach, Urban One, we now reach 80% of the black community, I'm told. It's my understanding. So that's a lot of people. 28% of the people who live in Marion County are black people. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of people. And so if we can unify our thoughts and unify our efforts and unify our influence and power, then we can see change and we can get some things done. All right. So we're going to, and we want people to, it's free speech. We want people to have their say.
Yeah.
So that's all there. If you're still listening, that's all we're trying to do. We don't name call. We don't do all of that. We stick with the issue. Let's deal with the issue and your thoughts about the issue we're interested in. All right, going to Mayhem and then Anonymous, and then we got to take a break. Mayhem, welcome to the program. Mayhem, you still there? All right, call us back, Mayhem. Going to Anonymous. Anonymous, welcome to the program.
Hi, how are you two doing?
Fine,
Good,
man.
thank you.
Fine.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I want to talk about from a religious perspective. I should just mention this on this program before this one. The administration, the Republicans ran off the coattail of abortion, homosexuality, lesbianism,
Sorry about
the last election. And people who are black, we, particularly seniors, are very, very religious, believe in God, we believe in Jesus, and we didn't vote for the most part. A majority did not vote because for that reason, saying, oh, that's terrible, that's an abomination. But I just wanted to say across the board, sin is sin across the board. And irregardless to what we think about individuals who practice such things, you can be a liar, you can be adulterer, you can be a fornicator, you can be thinking that's a sin, and Jesus doesn't look at big sins, little sins. Sin is sin across the board. And I won't say his name, maybe we're not supposed to say it, but this person who's in office is adulterer and all sorts of things. He hates blacks, he hates minorities, and yet we don't see that as being sin. I don't understand that why we did not vote this past election for someone who does such things. And across the board, white Americans who are in the religious realm voted for Trump, and yet we chose not to. And he wrote on the coattails of religion by saying, he would say, now he's saying, I don't think I can be saved. Then he might turn around and say he's saved and write off the coattails again.
Thank you very much.
So racism plays a part what he is and who he is.
Yes, you know, you can.
And we need to be aware of that. I mean, you can have opinions with two dogs, two cats, a man and a woman and a boy and a girl, and still be a sinner. And we make big eyes and little U's out of sin. And there's no big eyes and little U's. I just thought I'd spread that about to the black community. Let's get out and vote. Let's not be deceived by three sins, because sin is sin. And we should be aware of that for our own self-preservation, because it's a battle right now. We are going to a battle with what's going on in this country. And we need to fight and stand up for ourselves and be able to support each other. And that's all I want to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your call and comment. Mayhem, come on in, Mayhem, and hold on. We do have to take a break. And to our anonymous sister, you mentioned those three planks that each party has a party platform, and there's planks that make up that platform. And a lot of people may not know homosexuality and those issues are no longer a plank in the Republican Party's platform. They were not this past voting season. Abortion is still in there. But the homosexuality issue has been removed. How about that? And there are many reasons for that. But, and we'll see how long that plank called abortion stays in there, which is all about choice. But homosexuality is no longer a plank in the Republican Party's platform, although you may hear Republicans talk about it and talk about the one man, one woman, and so on and so forth, but it's no longer in there. We got to take a quick break, Dr. Moore.
Okay, we'll
and
do
when we
that.
come back, we'll talk more about it. We'll be back after these messages.
It's time to turn well into the weekend, and I hope that your plans are to enjoy yourself and find some time to enjoy your loved ones. And make sure that you join me each evening next week for the hottest inspirational broadcast in the nation. It's the Nightly Spirit with your girl, Darlene. On Praise AM 1310, 95.1 FM, Indy's Inspiration Station.
Cue the sleigh bells and Soul Jam. The holiday review is back at the historic Walker Theater. Mark your calendar for Saturday, December 6th, because musician Roddy Stepp is bringing the holiday spirit with legendary performances by Stacey McCracken, Men in the Fire. New this year, the IU Soul Review will be joining us. If you know, you know. This night is all about feel-good music, festive energy, and memory. Grab your tickets for the 5th annual Holiday Soul Review now before they're gone at MadamWalkerLegacyCenter.com. That's MadamWalkerLegacyCenter.com.
If you or someone you know needs help putting food on the table, help is closer than you think. Praise Indy AM 1310 and 95.1 FM cares. Just go to praiseindy.com and look for the banner that says Find Free Food Near You. There, you're going to find a link to Community Compass with an up-to-date and interactive map that shows locations, days, and times for you to collect food at no cost, as well as other resources to help you through this challenging time. Find community help now at praiseindy.com.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry nonstop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this walk. Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a bosses. Let's talk business in my office. Add new Unstoppable Speeds to your wash for 24-hour nonstop freshness, so you can smell unstoppable.
Macy's just dropped tons of new Black Friday deals, and with more being added every week, you could save on top gifts now. Like exclusive beauty sets, 50% off. Men's and women's PJs, 40 to 60% off. Handbags, 40 to 50% off. Plus, diamonds, 60% off. So come into Macy's, beat the rush, and get your holiday shopping done early. Black Friday starts here at Macy's. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Everyday penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-685-5688. 800-685-5688. 800-685-5688. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. Tomorrow on TV1. Who's that girl?
You are a smart, professional woman on the rise.
Your fashion diva.
I'm gonna snap all the heels off your Jimmy Choos.
Your bestie.
You got it going on. Just be yourself.
Your boo. You're the best girlfriend ever. And she's now on TV1.
Want me to say it louder? I think we all heard it. I know I did.
Don't miss Eve.
Cheers.
Tomorrow, starting at noon on TV1.
All right, we're back. Enjoy these somewhat mild temperatures. They're not going to stay around very long. Got Mayhem, and then I want Dr. Moore to finish what he was saying. Then we got Joyce. Mayhem, welcome to the program.
I think,
Well, let's go to Mayhem.
okay, Mayhem, yeah. Fine.
Hey, are you still trying to line up that clinical psychiatrist to come on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I ain't trying to be funny. I think the way we think in Naptown is like 5-10 years behind. I see why they call it Naptown. Hey, since Radio 1, I don't understand why the other side can say what they want to say and give updates information. But over here, we got to whisper.
How are you?
And I really don't like that because with Frank and Samuels was on here, they told us update information and they had their ears to the street. But over here, we have to whisper. I understand what Larry was saying. Only he could have reworded, but he's been silenced, and I kind of see why because we over on this side we can't take it because we so sensitive. Hey, but I'm gonna ask you a question because I heard it on the other side, and I've been saying it for years. They saying this funny business dealing with the statistics, dealing with the true crime here. How we colorize things. You know, we really don't call murder murder. We just say shooting or whatever how they do it. But you know, but then we say, well, it's all over the country. Well, I don't live all over the country. I live right here. And people, and that's why we really can't catch up because we're not getting real information. You know, because we used to get real information from the radio, but now we just get digital testimony services. Talk about sports, talk about Trump. Whatever. Let me ask you something, because y'all both read the Bible. Because black people today think Trump is the devil. So is Trump the devil? Because if we think we got problems now, you wait till the real problems come. Wait till the real one comes.
The easy answer to that is no, he's not the devil.
Well, let black leaders, not y'all. I ain't talking about y'all, but let other people talk about it. The man hasn't been in a year, but he's the devil. He's Hitler, and to me, that is misinformation, and we are being brainwashed by people with holding the mic. And I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about other people. Yeah, do let people talk, but like I said, we are getting misinformation from people we send a high standard to, and Christians and religious people have become groupies of misinformation. I take it up there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Going back to the idea of the devil situation, we're living in evil and perilous times, and to where almost wrong seems right to a lot of people. And when you look at the whole situation, we're here because of some things a lot of people don't realize it, what we didn't do. And we have to listen and vet and find out what's going on for our own personal interests in our own families, in our own communities, in our own state. We have to listen to those things and find out what's actually going on. I mean, when you hear a lot of people make those statements, mayhem about Hitler, there's a lot of things that have been said that are in the history books that have been brought back up during the last 8 months. That's why people probably make those assessments. But we're living in a world that is the moral compass of the whole world is off. It's just off, especially in the United States. The moral compass is off, and because we see people doing wrong and we're calling it right, and when people speak out about it, then you got a target on your back. And you mentioned something about the murders in Indianapolis. I was just reading the interview from the mayor from the Washington Post talking about the 20% reduction in homicide, but they never talked about the 38 police action shootings. He'll talk about the reduction, but he won't talk about how do we alleviate police action shootings and homicides and non-fatal shootings. So we only pick and choose and cherry pick what we want to talk about, which can be mayhem. In many cases, misinforming people when we don't tell. Manuel Scott said when he preaches, he says, "I promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth." The late Manuel Scott said that.
Mm.
And we have to be able to do that, whether you become popular behind the truth or popular behind that which is not relevant enough for people to grasp. that's where we are.
All right, thank you, Dr. Moore and Mayhem. Going to Joyce. Joyce, welcome to the program. Thank you for holding.
Words, but when I heard him say the truth, you know, God is consistent.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing a lot of holes in their concepts. So, with this in mind, truth being truth, nah, y'all got the whole, oh, not y'all. You all. It's just like when he was saying we, I'm like, does he have a mouse in his pocket? Who is he speaking for? Y'all sponsors or sort of questionable. And if you check their concepts, I don't think they trying to be on the right. It's called division. Keep us divided and confused. That seems to be the plan. But reality and truth will shine through it. It's gonna be the same today as it was. Cause my father is not a man that he should lie. I better jump on board.
Oh, I mean, I'm with you on that, but the reality of it is, yeah, but yeah, yeah. But the reality of it is, we don't look at the consciousness of the world and the people today. God is still among us. God is still moving in us and for us. But we're living in a society that has turned its back on God, and we're living in a society that has manipulated. Yeah, the narrative is manipulation. Yeah.
Those of us that are surviving through it all and knowing who's waking us up each day with a sound mind. Hey, we can see the nefarious actions of our politicians, of our representatives. But that ain't where we supposed to end. That we ain't counting on them, really, are we? Or do we know what the Bible says?
I think you got a valid point, but you know, it is our. Yeah, I understand that, but you know, God wants us to pray for those whom are in office, and we should, and He does. Yeah, our community. Yeah, yeah, but you know, there is a lot of money being spent to keep manipulation. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
All right. All right. Thank you for your call and comment, Joyce.
Yes, ma'am.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Going to Bob. Bob, welcome to the program.
Well, your previous caller, I'm not going to enlighten her, but a lot of people, black, white, brown, and whoever, whatever, they have made government their God and religion. Okay? 2 callers ago, she mentioned that our president hates black people. It's strong opposition toward her for saying that. Donald Trump totally supported Jesse Jackson's presidential run back in the mid 80s. Donald Trump has given millions of dollars to HBCU colleges and universities. Donald Trump is supporting a black man for governor of Florida. Donald Trump is very good friends with Mike Tyson, Tiger Woods. So I don't think anybody can really hate black people, but based on what I just shared.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, Bob. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
All right.
And I've said this, and I'll say it again. You know, you guys mentioned early on about the government shutdown descending here last week or a couple of days ago. After 6 weeks, and we could be on the verge of another one here after the first year. Like I said, Mr. Jackson, people need to become more self-sufficient, more efficient, more self-productive, and quit depending on the government to take care of them. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. You know, I think, I hear that a lot, but, there are a lot of stories of people who have become very wealthy from government help. There's a lot of people in housing who started out many, many years ago And they started out with government housing and then they expanded that out to something really fantastic. And the way our country is now, I don't think a lot of people depend on the government so much as there are people who need the help.
Well, he
Because
depends on
because
the,
you can
yeah,
you can have
yeah,
a pretty good job,
yeah.
but prices are higher. You got inflation. You got all kind of taxes you got to pay. And sometimes, even if you're working 40, 50 hours a week, you just don't have enough money to keep up with rising prices.
You know, and I think what he's basically saying, you know, we all not depend on the government. I'm pretty sure he gets something from the government.
Well, we can't say that. We don't know.
I don't know that for
Yeah.
sure, but
He
I
may,
know him
hopefully,
personally.
hopefully he's fully
Yeah, yeah,
self-sufficient.
self-sufficient. If he wants others to be,
Yeah.
he has to.
But we don't know.
We don't know that, but well, I think it might be a great point for some people. But you know, you have people that have been paying taxes for years and into tax programs for years,
Yeah.
and they deserve those benefits, and they deserve to ask for things for their community. They deserve to ask for health care. They deserve to ask for better education for our children. They deserve better pay for teachers. We can ask for those particular situations. Those are our tax
Yeah.
dollars.
And I think a pastor told me yesterday, he said that he almost would have qualified for health care, but they moved the goal line.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now you got to get older.
Same way in education.
Yeah, you got to get old every time you get close enough.
They move the goalpost.
And with Medicare and the seniors, so if you move the goalposts, then you don't have to pay for all the thousands of seniors
Yeah.
who are coming into that
Yeah.
because the seniors,
But
we will be the largest demographic by 2030.
yeah, but we're paying taxes now.
Yeah.
We're paying
And
into
have
the-
been.
Yeah, and have been. And so those are the money that they're managing is our money.
It's our money.
It's our money.
So a lot of times they forget about
Yeah,
that. And
I
have
think
to
he
be
forgot
reminded.
about that too.
Yeah.
That's our money. That is every citizen who's working, who's even still on Social Security, still paying. Some are paying, who are getting benefits, are still paying taxes. Those are our dollars. They wouldn't have anything to budget if we didn't pay taxes.
And to some degree, we don't pay it.
Yeah.
They take it.
Take it, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't have anything to budget. They wouldn't, any state,
They don't trust us to pay it.
going back into the General Assembly in January, getting ready for the budget year and all of those type of things coming up here shortly. They wouldn't have anything to talk about if we didn't pay taxes. They wouldn't have anything.
And they wouldn't have paychecks while they're working on these.
We pay them, we pay them.
While the rest of everybody's not getting
I mean,
paid, shut down,
Yeah,
they still get paid.
yeah, yeah.
And who's paying them?
Yeah, and then you want to insult people by saying we are not to depend on the government. Well, people have paid into that government to get their Social Security and to get good health care, and they paid into that. Don't deny that from people. That's what we call, you know what it's called.
Well, and I don't think that, to that point, I don't think people ought to totally depend on the government and don't do anything for
Yeah.
themselves
Yeah,
that can. I don't think that's right. But there are a lot of people, good people, and there are people who get so close that, they got this cutoff line. Like there's some mothers,
Yeah.
single moms, and they can't make a certain amount of money. They call it the cliff benefits. And you get so close, and if you're $1 over, you get cut off.
Mhm.
We'll say that for another show. But I'm going to go to our other two callers here to make sure we get them in. But I do want to say to you all, please contact your congressman. I don't think we have any congresswomen in Indiana, do we? Maybe we do. I know we have Congressman.
We could have
Carlson,
had
Congressman
one.
Shreve. Yeah, but contact your congressman and tell them we want no more shutdowns and not to allow brinksmanship. And if you never heard the word brinksmanship, it is pushing a dangerous situation to the very edge or the brink in order to force the other side to back down and give you what you want. And we want to, and let's all be on the same page. We don't want SNAP benefits and health care for seniors
to be used as pawns.
to be brinksmanship.
Yeah,
Don Lemon on his show was verbally castigating the Democrats who he said caved and spoke about in a deleterious way that they caved. But I didn't see him sponsoring a food line. He's not going to go without food. He's got plenty of money. So, the people, we got to get together. The church, we got to say to the people who work for us locally, statewide, and federally. We don't want SNAP benefits, and we don't want care for our seniors to be negotiating tools in Congress and get, to shut down the government.
But here's what's so,
We don't want it to be like that.
here's what's so strange about that is the average person don't really understand why the shutdown took place.
Mhm.
They
Right.
know it was just shut down. It was shut down because the main issue was millions and millions and millions of people would lose health care and experience premium hikes. And people were trying to prevent that from happening. And people think, well, they shut it, the Democrats shut it down, no, they shut it down over the issue of health care because people need health care. And then we had
People need help in that area.
and
Because
people need,
healthcare is high.
and people need food.
Yeah.
And so, and then to use health care and SNAP benefits to punish people because the word, the brinksmanship that you just talked about is a bad situation. That's why I say earlier when we talk about, people talk about God and this the country has a warped barometer right now.
Yeah, and brinksmanship allows politicians to get more funding.
Yeah.
When you hold out and dig in, you get more funding, you get more support. And so we have to know about these things and identify them and say, well, we don't want that. No, they can, our congressmen and our folks can put a proposal up for a continuing resolution to have no more shutdown.
Yeah.
And they can vote on it and we can support it.
But not at healthcare and SNAP costs.
Yeah. All right. We're trying to get these last callers in here, Anonymous and Guy. Anonymous, you got a couple of minutes. Welcome to the program and thanks for holding.
Okay, what I wanted to know, if this administration never get out of there and hopefully soon, can all those
You got 3 years and 1 month.
Yeah.
okay, if all those bad policies that's in place, could they be reversed?
Executive order
Some of
only,
them.
some of them, but most executive orders only last as the term. If there's an executive order that's problematic, and the sitting president does not get back into office, that will go away in the process of in the procedure and process that takes place to make that happen.
But things that are signed into law,
Yeah, that's different.
it takes more time to reverse that.
Takes time to do that. There are some are signed into law, and that was the problem with Obamacare at one time. It was signed into law. That's why they were so frustrated about it, and they called it Obamacare. It was just really health care. And the problem with that was it was not a bad starting place because nobody never tweaked it. They always talked about it, ma'am, but they never tweaked it to make it better because healthcare has been denied 70 times in the last few years or more.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, Guy, welcome to the program. You're the last caller.
Wish everyone a healthy and holiday season
Thank you.
upcoming. And also, we have people with their opinions that they call in a lot, and they, as some earlier callers have mentioned, they spout information that's not factual, and I would hope that we would put more information out there, and maybe you could start the program off with a certain amount of time actually stating what the facts are, and that would counter the so-called misinformation that a lot of times we get over the air.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my friend. I don't want anybody to think that preachers are getting up and training young ladies and teaching young ladies that abortion is something to do. I don't know any faith that I'm connected to that's doing that.
Yeah.
Joy.
Yeah, we're done. So we got to go, y'all. And thank you for your calls. And
Yes,
comments.
thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Dr. Moore, thank you. for taking out time to come on today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Lots going on, y'all, in our community, locally, statewide, and nationally. But again, call email your congressman. And so we're not speaking in a deleterious way about any of our elected officials. We're just saying this is how the process, no matter who's in there, there's a process. And they want to hear from us. A lot of times on these issues, they don't hear from enough of us. The phone doesn't ring off the hook. The emails don't come in. And a lot of times when they do hear from people, they don't hear from people who have solutions.
Well, since I have a moment here, I want to congratulate the cities and the states and townships and small towns and the ministers here, the collaboration here that push back on redistricting.
Yeah.
And so the city is the leaders, those who I know who are in the forefront. We want to thank you for doing that. That was something that was not necessary, and it's still not necessary.
A lot of those folks are being threatened now.
Yeah, and it's coming back. So we have to fight again. We have a good. We can deal with the maps 4 to 5 years from now, and just let the process take care of itself. And I want to congratulate and thank everybody who spoke up for the redistricting not to take place. And so, and even those on both sides of the aisle who fought that, they need to be congratulated as well. Republicans and Democrats, both sides of the aisle, need to be congratulated on that. And the faith-based community, Dr. Green and myself and others who've been out there fighting and talking about it, and all of us that have been doing that. But it's not over. None of it's not over because we're on a plan. They have a plan, and you gotta.
Indiana surprised them.
Yeah, that's why I'm
They
congratulating
thought
Indiana.
that was a shoe-in.
People I might not be the person that is supposed to do it, but I thank God. I really felt good to be a part of the Indiana family.
All right, Hoosiers and Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Have a nice day, y'all. Thank you, Shay. You did a great job.
Thank you, Miss Shay.
Per usual, Dr. Moore, you and the Olivet family have a nice worship tomorrow.
Pray for our church. Amen.
What's the address there?
4141 North High School Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we are.
What time?
We start about 11 o'clock.
About 11.
About 11.
All right. Fervent Prayer Church, 10512 East 38th Street. 10 o'clock prompt, y'all.
Yeah.
Hope to see you on tomorrow. Until then, from all of us here at Praise AM 1310 95.1 Indian Inspiration Station,
Yes, it
we
is.
like you, we love you, and you make us smile.
I was waiting for the have a good day, y'all.
Yeah.
Was out of time.